Welcome to StorImagination. Let your ears and the mind work. Hello all. Today I will tell you a story from our Indian mythology. Nandi, the holy bull, is the vahana of Lord Shiva. He guards Mount Kailash, the abode or home of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. But how did Nandi become his vahan? And why all Shiva temples have Nandi seated in front of Lord Shiva? Let's listen to the story. There was once a sage called Shilada. Shilada loved children, but did not have any of his own. He was very upset and worshipped Lord Shiva sincerely to bless him with a child. Lord Shiva was pleased and appeared before Shilada. Dear Shilada, I am impressed by your sincere prayers. Ask what you want and I will grant you. Shilada bowed to Lord Shiva and said, I wish to have a good child. Lord Shiva said, Tadastu, meaning your wish is granted. He blessed Shilada and disappeared. Shilada was very happy. He returned home and performed yagna, a sacred fire puja from which a divine child emerged. Everybody was awestruck seeing his glowing beauty. Shilada named the child Nandi and took care of him with great love. He taught him Vedas and other holy books. Nandi was a brilliant boy and learnt everything very fast. Just like his father, Nandi too was devoted to Lord Shiva. Shilada felt very proud of his son. One day, two sages named Mitra and Varuna visited Shilada. Shilada and Nandi took good care of their guests. When it was time for the guests to leave, Nandi fell at their feet to seek their blessings. The two sages blessed him, but looked very sad. As they walked out of the house, Shilada followed them and asked, Dear sages, you both looked sad while blessing my son. Is something wrong? Did he not take good care of you? No, Shilada. Nandi is a very good boy, but we are sorry to say he doesn't have a long life. We both are feeling bad for him. God should only save him. Saying so, the sages left. Shilada was shocked. He slowly walked back home with a heavy heart. Nandi, seeing his father, realized something was wrong. Dear father, what happened? You look very upset. Please tell me what happened. Shilada kept quiet. Nandi kept pestering him. And finally, Shilada with unstoppable tears told him what the sages predicted. Hearing the prediction, Nandi began laughing. Shilada looked at him surprised, as he expected Nandi to cry hearing his fate. Controlling his laugh, Nandi sat next to his father and said, Father, you have told me that Lord Shiva himself appeared before you and blessed you. So why do you have to fear about my life? Also, we offer our prayers to Lord Shiva daily. So do you think he will let us down? Shilada slowly nodded his head and said, No, I don't think so. He then held his son tight and smiled. However, Shilada was not convinced. Nandi could not bear to see his father in pain and decided to pray to Lord Shiva to help bring peace and happiness to his father. He took blessings from his father and left home. He meditated sincerely on the banks of holy river Narmada in Madhya Pradesh. Lord Shiva immediately appeared before Nandi and said, Nandi, here I am, Lord Shiva. Your sincere prayers track me here. Open your eyes and let me know what you want from me. Nandi opened his eyes. He saw the most handsome person he had ever seen in his whole life. He kept looking at Lord Shiva without even blinking his eyes. He was so immersed in the Lord's beauty that he forgot everything. Lord Shiva smiled and said, Nandi, why are you quiet? You called me since you wished for something. Ask me, and I will grant it to you." Nandi was mesmerized by his beauty and could not take his glance off, and said, "Oh Lord Shiva, I wish to be with you and keep seeing you always." Nandi uttered these words unintentionally, but deep within his heart, he wished for it. Lord Shiva laughed. He was known to give boons to his devotees for their sincere prayers. He said, "Nandi, since you desire to be with me always, from now on you will stay in my home at Kailash. You will be my companion, my vehicle, and my friend. You will always be in front of me, and people will offer their prayers to you as well." Nandi folded his hands and bowed to Lord Shiva, with tears of joy flowing uncontrollably. Thus, by sheer devotion, Nandi was not only able to overcome his fate, but he also rewrote it. Since then, in all temples dedicated to Lord Shiva, we always find Nandi sitting in front of the Shivalinga. He sits there, teaching us to be patient. He tells us to always keep God in mind and do good things, do our work properly, and forget all unwanted, wrong things in life. Lord Shiva always loves to meditate. For hours, he would sit closing his eyes and meditate. Nandi sits in front of Lord Shiva to help him with his meditation and make sure nobody distracts Lord Shiva. Hence, it is said that we must never stand in between Lord Shiva and Nandi. Also, whatever wish or prayers we have, if we say it in Nandi's ears, it will reach Lord Shiva when he completes his meditation. So now you know why Nandi is always seen in front of Lord Shiva, and how Nandi is not just a great devotee, but a good friend too. Hope you like this story. See you another day with another story. Stay safe and stay happy. Ta-ta!